Hi, it's Tep again. And the next thing I want to talk about is child abuse. I think it's a subject many people are concerned about. I mean, just watch the news and see the fear in people's eyes and then wonder why people are concerned about it. And I think the answer is right there. The child abuse affects us all. Let me be clear. I'm not a sex offender, but I've also suffered through child abuse. And I'm not trying to blame my mother or anybody else when I was younger because there were times that even if nobody was listening, I could have made somebody listen, and I didn't do it. But I think it even goes back to the time that I was born. I was a premature baby. I'm a pretty good sized fella right now, but I was 2 pounds, I think, when I was born, from what I was told. And sometime after that, I was told that I would have a hard time learning because of possible learning disabilities. I had a speech impediment, which I had to get over, and I still struggle with. Growing up, I was put into classes I struggled with math, still don't like math, but I was put in classes where if you was a slow learner, then you was put in a special class, and that just reinforced the feelings of being a dummy and didn't help my feelings of self-esteem at all. So anything that we do or anything that we say to people, especially children, can hurt them for years to come. There's things that I struggle with now that my mother did or said. I still struggle sometimes thinking that I can't learn. Actually, it was the person who I took my first computer class in 1993 that helped me to learn so I could learn. Imagine that. And the only reason why I even went to the class is because it was a sexy looking teacher. I wasn't interested in computers. Couldn't care less, never been on one. Never even seen one hardly. But anyway, back to child abuse. Think of a pool of water that's calm, and you drop a pedal in it, and you see the rippling effects and how it affects everybody. So if you're a parent and you don't know what to do, and you're struggling with a lot of things, I understand. If you made some mistakes, I understand. My mother had me because of an affair that she had when she was married. So I was the bastard of the family. And I felt for many years that I was the cause of all the problems. She didn't help, but it's okay. I forgive her because she was human, as we all are. I've made my share of mistakes and more. But, the Bible gives us some good examples how we should treat our children and how our children should treat us. And it's a matter of respect. For the children, respect your parents. They know some things. You might not agree with them. You might think they don't know what they're talking about, but they know some things. And most parents, I think, are really trying to do their best. But you got to understand that most parents are also struggling with a lot of things, whether they're together with their husband and wives or if they're separated, regardless. They're having a lot of struggles trying to pay the bills, trying to keep a job. Uh, Try to remember some of those things if they say something. But we're both guilty, parents and children alike. Children don't look at the parents and think they don't listen to what they got to say, and sometimes they don't. And parents, you should listen. But children, sometimes you should realize that your parents are going through things and they might not always have the time, always have the answers. And they get impatient too. And ultimately, most of them, they love you. They just don't always know what to do. Nobody makes a rule book of how to cross every situation. And so parents are trying the best. And I have to say that. But I have to say for all of us, be careful what we say to our children. Because you don't know where that's going to go. I was an innocent baby at one time, if you believe in innocence at all. And what happened? And I'm not blaming mom or anybody else. Things happened. And I still struggle with things. But I forgive. That's what we all have to do. To forgive and try to love. Thank you, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, it's Tip again, and I'm here to say goodbye temporarily. But I want to say thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you to God for His mercy and not giving me the justice that I deserved. But I also want to thank many of you young people who has helped this old man learn how to do this stuff. I started this project a little over a month ago and didn't even know how to understand what a URL was. And I wasn't embarrassed by kids teaching me. Because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But you remember, you can learn from an old dog too. I got many people to thank. And I'm doing fine. And I will see you later, but I need a break. My wife's put up with me for a little over a month. I've let chores go, housework needs to get done, errands need to be run. Now I gotta learn how to get this thing published and hope everything works right. So thank you again. I hope that you can learn something and that all this here will point you to the right person of Jesus Christ. Because that's what I believe with all my heart. Change does not come until the heart changes. And the only one that can change the heart is God. Think of a lion. A lion doesn't like to eat hay. A lion hates hay. He likes meat. We don't want anything to do with God. That's our nature. We want to be our own gods, master of our own universe. But we're not. Thank you, and God bless.